Hey y'all, welcome back. So usually I roll the astro dice and let spirit choose. And Lori is one of our members. Lori, I love you so much. I got your comment. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. And I was like, you know what? Let's read for Scorpio. So we'll see what's going on. Your will be done, Lori. Your will be done. I am going to roll the astro dice just to see if there's any other placements or whatever that might be important to this reading. Regardless. So Aquarius, Moon, and 6th house. So in addition to Scorpio, you may have an Aqua moon. You may have a moon in the 6th house. Aqua may rule your 6th house, which might make you a Virgo rising. Okay. So those other placements may be significant for you. Scorpio could rule your 6th house too, which would make you a Gemini rising. Gemini still had to get in there. All right, so scorpionic energy, 6th house, Aquarius in the 6th house, Moon 6th house. You could be Virgo or Gemini rising. All right, this may also be significant for you. It is a divinely timed reading, so whenever it catches you, it is meant to catch you for a good reason. We will use the Harrow. Harrow is from the world of Pathfinder. They are Dungeons and Dragons cards, and they work exceptionally well in everyday life readings. I will also be using my energy alignment deck. And the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards for the overall. All right, so those will be the 3 decks that I use for the overall Spirit What deck. For insight, we're going to use the Lynn Strider Tarot and the Winter Wait Tarot. It's like a Christmas deck, but it's interesting. So we'll see what kind of images come out of there. That's this one here. And then for guidance, we'll use the Magical Spirit Oracle by Alex Rackham, the Dragon Oracle cards, and I'm seeing the Crystal Mandala Oracle in my mind's eye. So there we're going to go with that. All right. So Spirit, what is going on with Scorpio? Scorpionic energy, or our beautiful Gemini or Virgo risings, Aqua moons. What is going on with Scorpio? Yeah, it could definitely be Virgoian energy too, because 6th house is Virgo's natal house. Okay. Moon in the 6th house type energy. Let's see what's going on. What is going on? One more shuffle. For Scorpio. And those who also need this message, right? I'm being told to stop there. Okay. The Inquisitor's on the bottom. And the Twin is on top, and I just shuffled the shit out of these cards. That's the top and bottom. So if you are a Gemini rising, you should definitely go watch the Astro Dice's Choice that just came out for Gemini. If you are not a Gemini but you are a Scorpio, you might want to check your Gemini placements or your Gemini house, because that was big energy in their read. You might want to watch that in divine time regardless of sign, okay? Especially because Jupiter is in Gemini right now, and it might be collective in some way. Might benefit you in some way, and or the person that you're dealing with may have strong Gemini in their chart, and you may or may not realize it. It would give you some insight, okay? The cards that came out for you, we've got the Midwife and the Fiend. Okay. The Midwife and the Fiend. Let's get the energy alignment deck. Let's see where these energies are. Okay. And clarify the Midwife. Self-ownership. This was big in the Gemini reading too. That was their underlying theme. Okay. So someone is clearly in shadow and someone is clearly in light. I'm going to say that. The top of your deck is self-compassion. The bottom is afraid. The reverse side of that card is self-secure, which is going to be how you override that fear feeling. All right, being secure with the self and the choices that you're making. So, one more deck for the overall. We're going to get into the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. So let's just get one more card, and then we're going to break these down, okay? Describe the Fiend's energy with negative self-talk in reverse and vindictive. What else goes along with their energy? What else goes along with their energy? Impartiality. Clarify the Midwife. What other energy comes out with theirs? Further clarify their energy, please. Gratitude. All right. Bottom of the deck is growth. Top of the deck is miracle. All right, Scorp. All right. With self-secure and self-compassion, both focusing on the self from the ground up, right? Root chakra to crown chakra. This is, adventurous is under that. This is an adventure of self and a reminder that you are financially sound, period, and that you may be marriage material, okay? And that you have to be receptive to seeing a life that your value is nurtured. Marriage material doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be business, right? Business partnerships and things like that. Hi, May. How are you? It could be things like that. But you are worth partnership, right? You're worth partnership in some which way, shape, or form. You have to be secure within yourself in that truth and hold compassion for yourself, and that you would not partake in dynamic ships where your value is not seen or appreciated or reciprocated in some way. I think with the miracle card and the growth card, I think that if something was removed from your life, it was because it was in your way. It was in the way of your expansion and the receiving of miracles, whatever is coming in for you. I think the divine is immovable as far as your growth edge is concerned, that you cannot argue with the divine about your growth. and that there are certain things that you're learning in the realm of self-security and compassion, and that you do not have to be afraid. That you are not meant to negate your own feelings out of compassion for others. An example on the business aspect of things, right? You might be really tired, but your boss needs you to do something. And so you stay because your boss needs it, and you hold compassion for their deadline and this and that and whatever. But you're tired, or you don't want to do it, or you're sacrificing time with family, or whatever the case may be, right? Self-compassion would say you are not obligated to stay beyond a certain time. You are not obligated to things that are not part of your job description. You know, if they have a deadline to reach and they need to deal with it, you can't negate your own feelings with because you have compassion for someone else, right? From a business standpoint, that could make sense to you. From a personal relationship standpoint, you might know that someone is struggling with their healing, or they're dealing with their demons, and so you stick around despite the stress, despite, you know, the mental or financial or emotional, you know, psychological, spiritual, whatever, abuse in some way where the boundaries are being crossed and your energy is being used to support someone else who is unwilling to support themselves in some way, right? And it's stressful for you, or it's painful for you to do it, or you're neglecting your own self to support them out of compassion for them. You need to have self-compassion. It's not your problem. At the end of the day, it is not your problem, and you should not be suffering for anyone else. Their suffering is their job, right? It is their task. It's not your task. Your task is your own suffering and taking care of it and handling it, right? Self-compassion. So this is the big focus. And there's a mirror here, right? There is a mirror here with the twin card on top. So however you take this reading, right, however it resonates with you, know there is a mirrored way to take this message that is not the way that you think. And it will help you grow if you can see it. It will help you grow. It'll be like a fucking miracle if you can see it. Okay. All right. So the first energy out here, the Fiend, comes out with impartiality, vindictive, and negative self-talk. Negative self-talk did come out in the reverse. Okay. The opposite of these cards is positive self-talk. So someone is working on that. And the opposite side of vindictive is sympathetically understanding, which is something that they are not. They are not sympathetic. They do not understand. They're working on being kinder to themselves, but they're highly self-critical is kind of what I'm getting. Someone who feels like such an idiot. Like, they might even say that, like, they're so stupid. Like, they have an issue with negative self-talk. They're working on positivity. It could be someone who's, you know, says, I'm so ugly, or I'm so this or that. And it's like, they don't need to go there with themselves. Someone who is in vindictive energy is seeking to hurt someone else. Almost, it skirts along the same lines as revenge and spite. It's a hard shadow. Okay. Now the Fiend. It's a strength card. I believe it's lawful evil. Yeah, it's lawful evil. So the Fiend depicts a devil swallowing innocence. It can indicate the deaths of many in a great calamity, or, if misaligned, the salvation from the same calamity. The Fiend can also indicate some sort of dark or intelligent creatures in the area endangering the populace. This is someone who I'm hearing the word mind breaker. They cause problems for people. Dark and intelligent. This is someone who has that kind of mastermind energy, but it's also giving dark empath. And with impartiality coming out, it's like they don't know what to choose. And so they choose both. And the picture they're painting looks real, but it's not. I'm getting this imagery of, like, you know how people do like sidewalk art and they paint things with chalk on the sidewalk and it looks like a hole, or it looks like a staircase going down into the sidewalk, but it really is just a sidewalk and it's flat. It's like the windows and all of the whatever back there isn't really there. It's like it's painted on. It's just a brick wall. So it's like someone who might paint this picture that they see or they understand you, but they don't. They don't understand what it's like to be you dealing with them. They understand what your weaknesses are and are now using them or exploiting them against you. When they say they understand, they mean it in a way that you don't. They're a mind breaker, because you would, you know, maybe be vulnerable with them and be like, how am I supposed to do this or that if, you know, you're doing this or that? I can't, you know, I really need you to do this. I really need you to understand, or I really need you to hold compassion or empathy for me, right? You want someone to hold compassion for you to keep your life secure. And really, that's the energy you need to give yourself, because this person doesn't have it. Lawful evil is a divine catalyst. The shadow that serves the light. Like, they're contracted to be catalytic for you. They're not going to give you what you want. They're going to push you to give it to yourself. If you want them to hold compassion for you, they're going to push you to hold compassion for yourself. If you want to feel secure in life, they're not going to do it. They're going to make you do it for yourself. The devil is in the details. If you are a trusting person, it's breaking blind trust. You know what I mean? Like, you have to learn to read people's energy. This person, like, devils in this deck, they deal in souls. Like, that's their currency. Contracts with them mean you have to sell your soul to get it. You want their compassion, you got to sell your soul to get it. You want security, that you got to sell your soul to get it, and it's not worth it. And they don't care either way. They don't care either way, right? The impartiality, they don't care. They'll pretend and make believe whatever they believe you want them to be. Because I feel like there's a part of you, right, the mirror of it all, that you're projecting onto them the type of person you want to believe that they are, but then they show you different. And you might be projecting a certain image of yourself, you know, of capability or worthiness. But you're not necessarily believing it down deep, because you're seeking the validation in the outer. You're seeking the value being affirmed from someone else. So it's like you yourself with the twin on top, right? You yourself might also be projecting an image out that you don't necessarily believe. Maybe you want to believe it. You want to believe that you're capable. But then why would you be negating your own feelings out of compassion for someone else to your own detriment? Why would you be bending over backwards for someone who is impartial to you and doesn't care, trying to convince them that they should care? Like, you are technically convincing yourself that you should care about you. You're dealing with an impartial person. This is a lawful evil catalytic person. You will never convince them to care about you. They just want power. And if you become disagreeable to them being more powerful than you, then you got to go. Like devils and slave souls. And they hurt people. Like, they're a deeply hurt person who hurts people, and there's no coming back for them. Like, they've chosen their side. You know, they've chosen power. They've chosen malice. They've chosen vindictive energy. They have no problem hurting someone who they believe has hurt them in some way. And you might not have intentionally hurt them at all. You might have literally just been standing up for your own self, you know, self-compassion. I'm sorry, I can't bend over backwards for you right now. I have to take care of myself. And they took that as an attack on them or an offense. You know what I mean? And so now they're looking to hurt you because you hurt them, because you didn't sacrifice yourself into oblivion for them. You know what I mean? This is a lawful evil energy. They are a hurt person who hurts people, and there's no bringing them out of that. You might have never had a bad bone in your body or a malicious bone in your body towards this person, and it doesn't matter, because if they're hurt and they want to feel hurt, they're going to create experiences that affirm for them their hurt, and they're going to lash out. And they break people, right? Their actions and their choices. We were talking about a mind breaker. Like, they break people because people cannot understand how someone could be so vindictive or treat them like that when they never, you know, hurt them at all. It's just this person has no healthy boundaries. And it's because a part of you lacks healthy boundaries. Like, you don't know how to hold compassion for yourself without feeling like you're being punished. Connecting to people who would punish you for being self-secure and trusting your choice to self-prioritize sometimes, right? These imbalanced dynamics. That's rough. This is a growth edge for you. Like, you've got to be able to hold your ground from the gate. And if someone doesn't like that this is who you are and this is how you carry yourself in business or relationship, then they are not a match for you, right? It shouldn't go any further or go any deeper, become any more entangled. If people don't like that you draw healthy boundaries, then they're not your kinds of people. They will take advantage of you, you know, until you've got nothing left. They thrive off of your inability to create healthy boundaries. They benefit from it. And it's not fair, you know. So this is a lesson on you creating healthy boundaries. This person's toxic as hell, as is your inability to create boundaries, right? Just as they feed off of the innocence of you, and they don't have healthy boundaries, and it's toxic. Like, your inability to create healthy boundaries is a reflection of your own toxicity that you need to get in check. You know, like, if that is your weakness, that you don't know how to create healthy boundaries, then this is what you absolutely need to focus on, because your toxic is going to attract other toxic people to highlight that for you. You know what I mean? You don't need people coming into your life to highlight your weaknesses. Like, dip into your strength. Switch it, flip it, turn it into a strength. Healthy boundaries, that's how you know who would take advantage of you and who wouldn't. Because people who appreciate healthy boundaries and have them themselves are going to respect your boundaries. They're going to respect when you need time or energy for yourself, or time and energy to focus on certain things. And they're not going to get upset because you're not giving them all of your energy. You know? Likewise, they're not going to let you drain them into oblivion either. They're not going to let you be toxic. They're going to have healthy boundaries with you, and they're going to be self-secure and say, listen, like, I know this is what you want right now, but this is what I need right now. And I could take care of your wants after I take care of my needs. And that's going to have to be okay. But like, the needs are a priority, and it's something you're working on. The other energy that we have here is the midwife, and it came out with these cards. Okay. The midwife came out with gratitude, self-ownership, and corrects their mistakes. And I think it's interesting that the midwife is there, right? And in the gratitude card, one of them is preggers. One of them is totally preggers. Okay. The midwife is a wisdom card. It's neutral good. We've got all really positive, good aligned cards for the second person. Hey, good vibes. How you doing? I know. I do the 2-minute wait for the live chat because it keeps like the bots out and the trolls. My subscriber base is small, so I don't always have people on to help me moderate, and I don't like the messages getting interrupted. So much love to Scotland from here in the States. But yeah, that's why I do the 2-minute wait for that reason. It keeps the garbage chat out. So I appreciate you waiting the 2 minutes. It's great to have you. The midwife is neutral good, and it's a conduit to creation. Although she does not create on her own, this halfling is a key that lets new life or information into the world. Her heart can see the good in even the worst situation, and she can see the import of any new arrival. All right. So with the midwife coming out with gratitude, like, she can't create on her own. If you think about it, right? It's almost spiritual surrogacy, like a surrogate, but spiritual. Self-ownership and corrects their mistakes. They're a conduit of creation. They allow creation in the world. And it's interesting because the midwife, the way she's holding up her 2 fingers, it's the opposite of what the Pope does. Because the Pope, this is what her fingers are on the card, right? But the Pope card, or the Hierophant, always does this. You can bring out the worst in people. But I don't mean that. All right, hold up. I don't mean that in the way that, you know, you're a bad person and you bring out the worst in them. I look at it from a perspective of, you are a really, really bright light, and your light is irritating their demons, and their demons come up to the surface because you shine so bright. And just like you can trigger their darkness to the surface, you can also trigger the light up as well. Because there's light there, right? If you look at her fingers here, there's light there. There's this blue and purple light. And if you look at her necklace, look at her necklace there. It looks like an angel. And it reminds me, y'all are about to see my pajama pants, okay? It reminds me of this. This is also D&D, but it's Sarenrae. It's her symbol, the angel. She's an angel of redemption. Sarenrae is an angel of redemption. She believes in the good in everybody and that it can be found even in devils. And so I feel like you choose to see the good, which might be why you're so surprised when the good doesn't show up and you get the ugly. You know, when you're shining that beautiful bright light through someone's darkness to try and reach their light that's been hidden by it all. You prefer to see the best in people. I think it genuinely shocks you when people are in their shadow and are vindictive or holding some kind of malice or whatever against you when you're in such a state of gratitude. But I think it's something you need to understand about yourself, because it's okay to see the beautiful light in everybody. But you do have to accept that not everybody is going to act in their light when they are wounded, especially when they're deeply wounded. You might trigger it up for them to heal later in life or later in another lifetime. But they don't always rise to the challenge of shining. And I think that your presence, it's like earth angel energy, like your presence is really important. And you're guided to be certain places for a reason. This is why you're financially secure, right? This is why you're financially secure, because spirit will always take you where you're guided to be. Spirit will always guide you to where you need to be. And you may come up against people like this often. You might come up against people like this often in life, and it's because your light is meant to irritate their demons, and people either rise to the challenge or they don't. And if they don't, spirit will move you to the next quote unquote spiritual assignment. And their reality is changed because of you, because you're either birthing their light or you're birthing their demons. You're bringing it to the surface for them to see. It's not hidden within them anymore. It's out in the open. They can't deny the fact that they are who they are. There's a certain amount of self-eating that goes along with that. Yeah, I'm in Illinois right now, and it is a necklace. And I would love to get it tattooed, to be completely fair. Yeah, I have it on a necklace right now. I got it on Etsy. I love Sarenrae. I love her energy. So that's where we're at. Let's get some insight. Let's get some insight, please, Spirit. Let's get a little deeper into the reality of this with the tarot. What is going on? What does this look like? Yeah, the Magician in the reverse with the Empress. This person's they're in their dark magician energy. Okay, that's manipulative. And with the Empress, is because they feel entitled to high receiving. It's dark empath energy. Seven of Swords. They're a liar and an energy thief. Like y'all, the tarot is the tarot. Like for real. Knight of Cups in the reverse, no remorse, not sorry. Not sorry. Five of Pentacles, they have their own lack. They feel a lack of value. They lie to sacred soulmates. Like, they really are a dark catalyst, a shadow catalyst. Six of Pentacles on the bottom, it's a one-way give. And the Eight of Wands, like, they know that the light or spirit is quote unquote hunting their demons, but their demons are in control and they fight like hell. They will hurt anybody they can. It's just, they would rather hurt somebody else than get hurt. They would rather hurt somebody else than face themselves. In regard to the mirror, you would rather be hurt than see someone hurting, which is why you shine so damn bright. Because you know it's going to hurt. You know it is. Dealing with these people, whoever they are, you know it's going to hurt, but you would rather shine light inside their dark places and irritate their demons to no end, to bring it to the surface so that they can't avoid it. You would rather hurt and teach them a ripple of a lesson, right? Like, be the first domino on a spiritual level than just have them blindly hurt and take advantage of other people. If you take it personal, the pain that they put on you is because you don't recognize or see the value of your light yet, of what you're doing. You know, you're trying in a weird way to manipulate the light out of someone who's suppressed it. And you have no qualms about that. You're like, I don't care how much it eats at you on the inside, that I see your potential and you're not living up to it. You know, it's like that no remorse. Like, you have, on a very spiritual level, no fucking problem being the light that irritates someone's demons. Because what happens is, people who know on some level that they are vindictive or hurting someone who may genuinely have no animosity towards them, no hurt intended, right? A genuinely good soul, when they actually hurt the equivalent of an earth angel, they can't deny that truth to themselves and their most inward spaces. They can deny it to other people. They could talk shit all they want, you know, but between them and them, they know that your energy was genuine and light. And they can deny it as much as they want, but the truth that they know actually shifts their vibration to a lower state. And they will manifest lower realities because of the secreted self-loathing, the secreted pain that you've brought to their awareness. It's an energetic deep dive, and then shit happens. Like, people who fuck with earth angels all the time get screwed in the long run. Things fall apart, and then people don't know why, or they start accusing those earth angels of cursing them in some way, or wishing ill on them, or doing woo 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 whatever. And it's like, it's not that the earth angel did anything against them. It's that the earth angel brought to light how they were against themselves. And there's guilt there. even if it's suppressed, there's guilt there and there's self-hatred there. And that is what starts to manifest. That's why their life spirals out after an earth angel is gone. You know, I think that if this person is catalytic shadow, you are catalytic light and don't realize it. Or at least you didn't before this reading. So when people fail to rise to the challenge, to rise, they fail to rise and shine, right? When they fail to rise and shine, they're going to descend into their darkness, right? They're going to descend into a manifestation that is created of their darkness. Things are going to happen in their life to validate and affirm their darkness. You cannot take personal other people's pain when you exit. When the divine moves you or pulls you out of a situation because someone did not rise and shine and you are removed, it's because your light is no longer serviceable there. They have to go on a deep dive. Your light is needed elsewhere, right? Your catalytic light. Let's confirm this with the tarot. This is the winter weight. It's 4:33. Have a good night, good vibes. I'm glad you joined. I'll catch you in the next one for sure. It's a pleasure to have you. What is going on? Insight, please. Deeper insight into the midwife with the gratitude. Divine blessings always. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles, Empress, Justice. Come on now. Come on now. Like the divine don't see your fucking light. Clarities, please. Like naughty and nice. Like someone's on the nice list and someone's on the naughty list and you're on the nice list. You know? You're going to receive a new opportunity. The divine is going to bring in some kind of blessing for you in the realm of finance. It's going to feel like a miracle. Okay, on a real note. So if you've been so focused on this outer energy, this third party energy, you got to understand you served in light the way you were meant to serve in light. And you're going to be blessed with a new situation or opportunity to move into. This is the miracle vibration we were talking about, right? That came out in the very beginning. Yeah, this contract is over. The Justice, this contract is over. We've got the Empress with the Fool. You're moving into a new receiving. Okay, you're moving into a new receiving. I love it. I love it. Rabbit synchronicities. My little rabbit friend who was visiting in my garden. I saw him again today. And then we've got Justice with the Three of Coins in the reverse. The Three of Coins is a contract. It's something in the works and it's in the reverse. Like the Justice, this is over. It's over. You're not dealing with said catalyst, shadow catalyst anymore. And if you remember your light and the beauty of your light and that you are, what's the word I'm looking for? A vessel of the light, right? That you carry the light through this world and let it be seen to shine on people. If you can remember that and not take other people's shadows personal, I think you'll be so much better off. We've got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. Got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. Yeah. And the Ten of Cups is on top. Like you're blessed. You're beyond blessed. You're beyond blessed. Your energy is light. Do not forget your light and think that your light goes unseen or is not rewarded in some way with new opportunity. You shine where you're meant to shine. And when your shine is no longer serving to the highest good, the universe will put it where it is of the highest good. The past, let it go. People who choose their shadow, like, fuck it. That's their path they're dealing with. It has nothing to do with you anymore. It has nothing to do with you anymore. As long as you own your light and you correct your own mistakes, like taking things personal when other people are in their shadow and you have no business taking it personal, then you're fine. You're fine. Do not stress. Okay? Do not stress. Stay open to possibilities. All right? Stay open to possibilities. Let's get some guidance cards for you. Magical Spirit Oracle. What is the guidance? What is the guidance? The Shaman. The Shaman. Lunatic Insights and Cosmos. I am crazy. Am I crazy or is it the moon? That's what's written on her notebook. Let's get the Dragon Oracle. We're going to read all the cards at once. I pulled 3 decks for you guys. What is the Dragon Guardian? You know what? Another reader crossed my path the other day, the Draconic Priestess. If you're guided to look her up, you should. Because even the image kind of reminds me of her in a weird way. Dragon Guardian. Earth Dragon. Clears your path and the land around you. Crystal Mandala Oracle. Yeah, stay grounded, be ready to serve. From Word to World, Goddess Saraswati and Ammonite. Card number 40. All right. Let's do this. The Shaman is card number 30. Lunatic Insights, Cosmos, Strangeness. The affirmation, I choose to listen and dance to the secret songs of the universe. The crazy, the shaman, the one who sees. Lunatic is a word derived from the Latin word luna, meaning moon. So a lunatic is one who is moonstruck. There is a face on the moon. Can you see it in the night, even when others cannot? This is the great paradox of the mystic. You hear the whispers that others cannot. You hear the secret songs of the universe. It's okay to be an outsider in a world of conformity and contempt. A world where those who are different are met with rejection from society. Even if they are shamans and seekers and artists who point us to the way of truth, soul, and transformation. The moon is beaming sacred truths, mysteries, and visions to the one who can receive them, the one who is open to them. Some people have a special gift of insight that is revealed to them during certain times. It is in the divine order of the cosmos for those who are chosen. Pulling the shaman card can be a call to embrace more of your quote-unquote crazy side, or to tune into it more at this time. You may be judged by others, but what you gain is far superior to their disapproval. The world needs more mystics and shamans to show us the soul of the world, to point us away from the suffocation of too much conformity, mundanity, and stagnation. Harness the power of insight. Do not let it fade away and dim within you. In other words, use it or lose it. The more you do, the stronger it will become. You know, there's a quote that I say all the time. It's like, crazy is a word that people use to describe things they don't understand. If you're of high light, people in shadow, a lot or a little, don't understand how you can be so light, or understand how you could be so good, or understand how you could be so honest, or understand how you could be so considerate, because they're not those things. It's crazy to them. Crazy is a word that people describe, how people describe things they don't understand. I think you're different. I think you're more in touch with divinity. I think you're more in touch with your intuition and the empathy. I think you're more in touch with spirit than you might realize. You're not crazy. You might be excruciatingly sane in an insane world. Which is fine, because that means you run on different energy, you run on a higher frequency. Trust your frequency. Trust what it manifests for you. Trust what it manifests for you. People don't need to understand why you're blessed. They just need to see your energy and realize that you're being blessed. Like, oh, they cursed me, or they're doing some kind of, quote unquote, dark magic, black magic, whatever magic to get all of the beautiful things that they have in life. They're casting spell work, and it's just like, no, I'm a good person. I'm decent at heart. I don't hold a malicious bone in my body. It works out for me. Life works out. I'm blessed. I'm safe. I'm secure. I'm happy. I'm with people that love me. I set healthy boundaries, and they do too, and it works. It's not a one-way drain. I'm not using up people until there's nothing left. I water them and they water me, Earth Dragon. Clears your path in the land around you. Stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing, and you can move forward in life. Fourth dimensional Earth Dragons are brown and color of the soil. They love the planet and the land itself. It was these sturdy dragons who helped to build the original dragon lines that we now call ley lines. Part of their service work is to travel along them to clear them when asked to do so. When we send an instruction to the Earth Dragons to work with the ley lines, they can power away under the surface to clear any blockages. This impacts hugely on people and situations in the vicinity. It can also help us ground our mission into this life. It is time to clear unwanted energies that are preventing your life from moving forward. Some of these may be in the earth, under your home or office, or where you travel. Call on the Earth Dragons and ask them to remove all that is not in accordance with divine light. Then sense the frequency rising within the land and on your path. This card also suggests that you may be called to do service work on this planet, as the Earth Dragons will take the opportunity to cleanse any ley lines you focus on. Take a moment to direct them to clear the grid and visualize the grid glowing and shimmering. When you walk, think of the Earth Dragons and connect with them through the earth. This is like a different path. It's clearing the path, right? Even a different route. Or a different location. You might be getting an opportunity a literal one, to go to a different place, somewhere else. If it's work, it's a new job. If you would take the same route to your new job as your old job, then I would take a different route to your new job so that the memory of your old job does not interfere with your drive to work, you know? That you're not being reminded of the old when you're embracing the new, that you take a new route for your own energetic sanctity. If there's blocks, they're being cleared out. A way is being shown. A path is being shown. Stay open to it. Listen to your intuition, right? Your intuition's going to guide you there. Whatever path you're meant to take, that higher frequency path, it's going to come because you're listening to your intuition and remembering the value of your light. Remembering the value of your light. Trusting that you're going to be guided wherever you're guided to go for a reason, and that you will answer the intuitive call when it shows up. That you're like, all right, Spirit, we're going to see how this goes. I know that if and when it's time for me to move, you will move me. Last guidance card is Goddess Saraswati and Ammonite from Word to World. It says, we bring you the empowerment of word to world. What you speak of with intention, you shall manifest. You are blessed with the creative power of an open and activated throat chakra. And as you release subconscious fear of speaking your truth, memories of being silenced, and claim your true divine voice, your ability to change your world through your intention is amplified. You have the power of divine creation through sound in you. What you wish to create and experience, speak of with joy. There are many times on the spiritual path when we feel we are in circumstances not of our conscious choosing. In fact, we may think there's no way I could have chosen this situation. Perhaps the mind would not. Yet through the frequency of our being, we are attracted to various people, places, and things. If we have healthy self-esteem, we will tend to be attracted to that which uplifts, assists, and inspires. If we are healing issues to do with self-worth, or can spiritually benefit from an experience of lower vibrational energy to help us on our life journey, we will be unconsciously attracted to that which feels lowering. Those experiences tend to generate fear and negativity and don't feel good, and that they can sometimes be the motivational push we need to break free of fear, because we simply cannot bear feeling that way anymore. They may also teach us to hold compassion for the suffering of others and inspire us to work in the healing arts. Lowering experiences may also help us find gratitude in our hearts for the simple happiness too. However, if there is a more joyful way to learn that, and many times there will be, then why not choose it for yourself? The frequency of your being has a bearing on experiences and our self-esteem. The higher the self-esteem, the more likely we are to want to raise our frequency. It feels better to live with a higher frequency and higher self-esteem. We make choices that support us rather than sabotage our best intentions. And we find it easier to set clear boundaries and say no to influences not good for us. We have more fun, feel happier, and believe in our own value. We can then take risks in life that open us up to more of our divinity, raising our frequency yet again. It is a positive cycle of creation. If you want to change your experience of life, change your frequency. You will start repelling or feeling repelled by people, behaviors, or places that once may have enthralled and enslaved your body and mind. Fear will not be able to grip you in the same way as it could at your lower frequency. You'll have more energy to deal with life, and you'll attract more experiences that increase the good feelings you have about yourself and your love of the world. The easiest way to change your frequency is to consciously choose your words. If you find yourself dwelling on the negative, switch it up. Look at the same situation through which you can grow. If you find yourself dwelling on the negative, switch it up, right? We had that negative self-talk in the reverse. It's talking about growth. Look at the same situation as a way through which you can grow. And growth was one of the overall cards. You can be curious and open and very willing to grow so the situation can evolve into something far more enjoyable. Like a miracle. Like a miracle. You just have to be willing to do it. As you do, your frequency rises. And when your frequency becomes incompatible with the lower vibration of negativity, one of two things happen. Either your frequency transforms the fear and a solution appears, or your frequency repels the fear and that person, place, or situation leaves your life. Either way, this is a good solution. It allows you to feel good and attract new and uplifting energies into your life. This oracle comes with a message. Use your voice, speak your truth and your desires, speak of what you wish to experience, and when you catch yourself thinking or speaking in a voice other than love, be kind and change it. Your words have power, use them wisely. You are a powerful being. Your own shadows would seek to punish you and keep you ignorant, keep you impartial, not caring this way or that way about anything. But you're the kind of soul that would risk getting hurt in order to relieve the hurt of others, even if it means plunging them into shadow because they refuse to reveal their light, right? People who fail to rise and shine. If you can accept that you are brave, spiritually brave, to face the darkest of people and insist on change, whether they change in your reality with you or after you exit. If you can accept that you are a warrior of the light and hold gratitude for such a position, and know that even the best warriors of our time at some point retire, that you have served well. And none of that darkness, none of that shadow ever took that away from you. They never took your light away from you. They never broke your mind and broke who you are and made you be different. Your heart is still just as big. Only now you have healthy boundaries. Now you've corrected your mistakes. Now you see their shadows from a mile away and say, you know what? It's not my battle. It's not my battle. I've retired. I've served in my light to the best of my ability for this life cycle. I'm retired. I'm not fighting people's demons anymore. They want to bring their demons up and try and bring me down. I just don't have time for it. I'm going to create a healthy boundary and they can't fucking stand it. I'm just going to create a healthy boundary and it's going to repel them. Good for you. That is the message, Scorp. And I have faith if this message found you in divine time, that it has served you. All right. Much love and blessings to each and every one of you, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.